6,930 pounds, the ever popular half-ton towable direct bathroom entry super slide bunkhouse Jayco J-Flight here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is the, like I said, one that gives you the direct entry door straight to the bathroom as opposed to something like an outside kitchen, which is also cool. So they also build that called the 28 BHS J-Flight. That's what's kind of nice about these guys. They really let you kind of build your own adventure to an extent. There's a lot of folks that go, I don't want an outside kitchen. I don't want to, waste that potential storage space. That's why they build this one right here, to overcome that potential thing. Like I said, half-ton towable with the best full RV warranty in the industry. Excellent slide closed accessibility. And the best-in-class trade and resale values as being a member of the #1 selling series of travel trailers since 2005 and counting. Whether it's your first one or going to be your last one, these guys are set to take care of you. One of the things that probably helped propel this model to its level of success is its level of accessibility with the super slide close like we're looking at right now. You can very easily walk through this, and they did something that I wish more brands would do, or historically had done, because you got a big U-dinette, and it actually sticks out of the slide a little bit. Then you have this countertop that extends out. Well, a lot of brands have this habit of putting the bigger dinette next to the kitchen countertop, because for some reason, we're thinking, kitchen, living room. It's a tiny little one-room trailer. It's not like it really matters, but by repositioning the furniture like we see here, it allows us to very easily walk through this thing very comfortably. No little travel trailer two-step required here. Full access to all the kitchen storage, the whole bathroom. You don't even need the second entry door to get to the bathroom in transit. It just makes life simple. Even the bunk ladder and everything here can still get open. Now, I had a unique opportunity happen here, guys. As soon as the slide out opens up, you're going to watch the color of this furniture magically change. That's because I had two of the same camper come in stock at the same time with different decors, which doesn't typically happen. So, I would like you folks at home to help us help you. Take a look at the two different decors and let us know which one you prefer. Do you like the more gray sort of look that we've got going on here? Or do you like the darker brown saddle tone that is going to be seen in just a few minutes? I would really like it if folks left some feedback down in the video description to let us know, like, kind of what you like, what you don't, which one's your favorite, and why. Or, would you have a preference in couples campers versus bunkhouses? Like, would you say, hey, I kind of like this lighter gray tone in a couple's rear living room, but I'd like the darker brown tone in a bunkhouse? Let us know what you think so that we can do a better job for you moving forward. Thank you very kindly. One of my favorite qualities of a J-Flight camper is their interior height. They weren't necessarily like the first to do this, but they seem to be one of the ones that made it a really big deal, and that is that they deviated from the traditional 6.5 foot tall interior height and went to a 6'9" interior. And 3 inches doesn't sound like a great difference, but walk through the camper and try it on for size, kind of like a pair of pants, and you'll sort of see what I mean. It means we have a taller slide, we just have more general open, comfortable feeling, we have bigger cabinetry capacity, and as a result they even threw in an extra shelf there to double how much kitchen cabinet, like horizontal storage space we have now. Also means a taller shower and bunk. So it's a simple thing that has some pretty significant ramifications throughout pretty much the entirety of the RV. And the way that J-Flight accomplished it is actually different from most folks, and I think that's why they've been very successful with it, because this actually has a lower floor, not a taller ceiling. The end result that we perceive is the same, but the way they did it's different. We'll talk about that outside. I want to mention real quick, this could be very different from the one that we have on hand. Like, we've got the saddle decor, we've added the skylight here. There's some extra things on this that may not be standard. And there's a lot to cover, so I have to start cruising along pretty darn quickly here. Slide flooring in all J-Flights is always insulated, which is something nice. And that's an exceptionally uncommon quality. Even in fifth wheels, this has standard insulated slide flooring. So whether you're trying to keep the hot or cold in or out, you've got an extra thermal barrier right here just to help kind of keep you more comfortable in your primary seating zone. Now, this is a tri-fold sleeper sofa that we've upgraded right there. And you can see that we've also got the full tri-fold sofa as well as the full 84-inch U-dinette, the bigger U-dinette. So both of these will fold down into bigger sleeping spaces, which is kind of nice. The table's free floating, and you can take it outside for picnic time. You can take it out of there, use it like a lounge. You can be extra island prep space. you could bring it in front of the sofa over here for like a coffee table, and I mean, does all kinds of things. Now, all windows are UV tinted, and I point that out because not every camper in this category has tinted windows. Tinted windows will keep it cooler inside, enhance your privacy, and reduce furniture fade drastically. And you will also find that they went through on the J-Flights, and they gave this thing like true near blackout shades. And they've also got these windows fully trimmed out. And while it looks very neat visually, it gives the anchors down here something to really bite into as opposed to just a single sheet of Luan right there, where a screw could very easily pull out of those. And I've seen that happen with fair frequency in the business. But no longer have I really seen it happening in J-Flights, because again, the screws have something they can actually grab. Maximum size windows around that dinette give you lots of light, lots of airflow, lots of everything. Now, there's neat little accents here and there in very easy to miss areas. Like you see the accent lighting under that sofa. You'll also see some accent lighting under the kitchen countertop, which is very easy to miss with a handy little switch right here by the door. It's easier when you see them flick on and off to spot that. It's neat during the day because it just kind of brightens up the camper just a little bit in a few zones that would otherwise be a little shady. The best part about it, though, is night lighting. It makes a perfect evening night light. Now, like I mentioned, the skylight up here is optional. It's something that we tend to put on all of our J-Flights whenever we can here at Haylett RV, but it does include also that sunshade. So you can, like I said, kind of like the night shades on the windows, actually. If you pull these shades down, let me spin us around here real quick. Doing that to your window, literally, pardon me, literally choked on my words. There we go, blooper reel. Anyway, this literally enhances the R value of that window area more than the RV dual pane windows. They're not thermal windows, they're just dual pane. So having that shade up top kind of accomplishes the same thing. We'll come back to the kitchen in a minute. I do want to take a moment to point out a few things here, though. You can see that we've got double bank high intensity LED lighting. There's high and low intensity lighting. These are the nicer, brighter ones, the ones that actually really light the sucker up like a Christmas tree. And we have an 8 cubic foot fridge freezer over here to give us, 33% more cold storage, and that's standard in a J-Flight. Now over here you see we've got this big like closet and pantry, dresser, drawer array. So we've got a built-in pantry, we've got plenty of storage space for the kids' stuff or overflow storage for mom and dad's stuff or whatever you want right here. But it's all very like seamless. It's very unassuming. So when you're walking past it, since we're kind of having a shared common living space here in this half-ton towable model, you don't want people like looking at your folded up t-shirts and towels and stuff. So it's all very nice and out of sight and out of mind. Now, below the U-dinette, there is full storage, and on both ends of the dinette, they give you these doors. Now, inside of those doors, you also find some very simple, not fancy, but very effective, sliding totes. And they're very good for, like, kid stuff. They're great for grabbing stuff and going outside, and then having, like, the outside bin that you throw back inside when you're done. But they're good for anything you want to apply to it. So, it's extra little things like that Jayco's put in that you don't tend to find throughout most of the RV industry. And that's kind of the story here, guys. It's not that there's any one thing in this that's, oh my gosh, remarkable compared to the next thing. It's the fact that they just do 100 little things a little bit better than just about everybody else, like their upper bunk ladder. So first of all, we have a ladder, so you don't have to throw the kids into the upper bed. But secondly, look at the thickness of it. And this is an all hardwood ladder that Jayco actually builds in-house. It's got a heavier weight rating. It's actually adult weight rated. So why do they build a heavier ladder? Well, because they have heavier rated bunks. Jayco's bunks, their lower bunks, nobody even bothers rating those because there's so much construction below them. But their upper bunks are 300 pounds per sleeping space. That is potentially double what you can often find out there on a double bunk. So with this being a double bunk, it's a 600 pound rated bunk. So you can actually sleep 2 adults up here, so they build in an adult ladder. Smarter. Makes sense, huh? It's amazing how many, brands just don't do stuff like that. That's also part of the reason they're using thicker, better bunk mattresses that are about double the thickness of anything industry standard today. So that, if the kids sleep better, you're going to have a more enjoyable time tomorrow. That's just a proven fact. And then just little simple stuff like if the kids have their little chargers for their devices, they keep outlets next to each of these things with the little simple cargo netting so you can slot phones or whatever tablets down in there to keep stuff out of the way. Now the bathroom. Not only is it direct entry, But it's first of all, that's a deadbolt door for privacy, and then you actually have locking door inside. And I point that out because not every camper has that. Everybody gets so spooked and weirded out by the fact that there's a door there, and I'm afraid someone's going to open the door and the neighbors are going to see me. I understand that concern, but remember, there's a deadbolt. But very few people ever ask if the interior bathroom door locks. Why is that? Well, Jayco doesn't ask why, and they don't try to prey on the fact that most people aren't even aware to ask that question. They do it right. Whether you're paying attention or not, they do it right. And that's what I like about these guys, the attention to detail. Like a porcelain foot flush stool, and plenty of legroom in here. That is something that as a bigger person I appreciate. Also something I appreciate as a bigger person is this incredibly huge shower. This is a shower fit for two, depending on how you camp. Now, what's nice about that is sometimes, you know, your kid gets a little mucked up and you got to get in here and you got to hose them down. This is a shower that if you have to get into, you can get in there with your kid. Or if you're just like me and you're just a big fella, I've got all kinds of legroom, headroom, every room in here. I can, you know, be soaping my head up, you know, what little I have to actually soap up here. But I've got all sorts of elbow room. I'm never like hitting anything in here. It's great. This little guy is probably one of the most underappreciated aspects of this bathroom. It's something that Eagle made very popular in their fifth wheels, and Sister J-Flight went, yeah, I'm going to steal that, because that's awesome. During the day, nothing, no big deal. At night, it makes this entire bathroom glow just enough that you can very easily see through here. And with the very high contrast, light, dark wood tones that they have going on between the wall panels and like the cabinetry, it is very obvious where you are in the bathroom and very simple and easy to navigate this thing. Another thing that I kind of pay attention to is the fact that I'm a bigger person and I can... This thing is pretty darn solid, because they're using plywood bases even under the shower pan in a J-Flight. You're not going to find OSB construction through this thing, basically anywhere. Larger sink that adult hands can fit into, and an angle bias mounted mirror so that you don't have to stand like sideways to stand in front of the mirror. You can actually stand in the bathroom to use the mirror, which once again makes sense. Smarter, right? Moving forward, let's take a look at this seating here in the sleeping position. You can see that it starts with that U-dinette right there. And then, again, that U-dinette's a full 84-inch dinette that opens up so that even an adult could sleep on it. Then we have the tri-fold sleeper sofa down there. And what's nice about that, did you notice that when it's open, it does not touch the kitchen counter? It doesn't block the camper. The camper's not cut off and inaccessible. And I think that's one of the smartest design decisions they made here. Now, on a full-blown J-Flight like this, we will tend to upgrade to the larger 15,000 BTU air conditioner. Always double-check our website to see the RV that we have in stock, exactly how it is built. Because technically, this one has one irregularity from our normal build, but it's something that you basically can't see. So always keep in mind little things like that. Now, the entertainment center right here. This is one of the reasons I think the 28 BHB J-Flight here at Haylett RV has been and continues to be so successful, even with its sister, the 28 BHS J-Flight, really just screaming up in popularity. I would have thought that 28 BHS, which is a slightly different variation of basically this floor plan, I would have thought it would have taken this thing over, but it hasn't. They've actually played nice with one another, and the reason I thought the 28 BHS would take over is the entertainment center, but I kind of forgot some little details here that, again, Jayco does that a lot of brands don't. When you option on, well, first of all, let me close this. I forgot to latch that, neither here nor there. But they fully mirror the backside of this spinning entertainment center, so that when it's facing the bedroom or the living room, whatever it is, it makes it look and feel bigger. Now, if I can do this with one hand, since I forgot to latch this thing, let me pull this out. Their TV can actually pivot out, and it can easily face your seating areas here. So this rear-facing entertainment center can actually be a side-facing entertainment center, so you don't have to do that 90-degree neck crank and get a cramp. And I hear people say sometimes, you know, at my age, son, I don't like looking 90 degrees. I'm not that old, you know? Nobody likes looking 90 degrees. It's not ergonomic. That's not what the human body is made to do. That's why when we stand straight up, our faces face forward, not sideways. This is what we're meant to do, straight on, not 90 degrees. So they made the TV face you, and it spins. I don't know that I've ever seen another factory out of the box have a spinning entertainment center with an articulating swing arm. But that's J-Flight. That's Jayco. These guys never do enough. They always do more. And if there's ever been a better example of that than just the TV mount here, I don't know what is. It's a perfect example of the mindset and the logic behind the Jayco team. And once again here, there's good and there's better. And you see luxury fifth wheels using this exact same entertainment package because it's awesome. Because it's not just Bluetooth and DVD and etc., but it's also streaming media friendly with face-mounted HDMI and USB charging plugs. So you're, mobile entertainment friendly. Big entry area shoe garage right there. That is another area that this floor plan does well, is this front wall. And then you've got the little boot box, or as I like to call it, the timeout seat. And there's even a nice little storage chest below that as well. Now, if I back up here, I want to take a moment just to kind of point out you've got some very good kitchen storage here, starting with those upper cabinets that, again, are shelved. As we go down, I want to point out a huge area for a wastebasket below the counter and 4 drawers down to the floor here, all plywood box constructed. So that, you've got heavier duty construction with almost like a lower pantry below the entertainment center down there. All the storage they've put through this thing is fantastic, but it's deceptively good. You don't realize how much of it's there when it's all closed up like this. That's why I like to get those extra little bonus features. Now, another nice little thing I like to zoom in on are these sealed edge countertops. So not only do we have that neat little LED accent light below the counter level I already mentioned, but you've also got sealed edge counters here in the kitchen near your highest area of water exposure, and that is a real tile backsplash back there, by the way. Sink cover and aluminum drying rack can maximize your prep space with a high-rise, I call it the Swan Lake sprayer faucet, just because it's got those nice, neat little curvy edged lines. Now, one of the benefits of having a wood-studded trailer is that you can have outlets very easily in the kitchen sidewalls instead of up under the cabinetry like a laminated trailer usually will in a similar layout. There's nothing wrong with the outlets up there, but have you noticed how it seems like outlet or power plugs on kitchen appliances just keep getting shorter? So having the outlets down here makes them a little easier to get to and makes a little more sense. I also want to point out the fact that they do have a privatized master control center up here, so the grand kiddos can't get to that expensive stuff like, the water heater and the slides and the awning and, mess stuff up like I did for my grandparents when I was younger. Anyway, sliding pocket privacy door for the bedroom, and remember the TV does spin around to face the bedroom. One of the other things I want to point out real quick is this is a full 80-inch queen bed. This is a true queen, residential queen, not the shorter 74-inch camp queen. I saw a factory recently listing their beds as 75 inches. Oh, that makes the difference. Whatever. You get the idea. So full hanging closets and also easy lift bed storage below. So everything in this is simple to get to. And you may have noticed that even the bed decking below the bed here is plywood based. So big, extra large, wide open side stands on both sides of the bed. Very easy for CPAP-iness, if you will, or phone chargers, etc., whatever. And let's see, once again, if I spin us around, you can see the mirrored backside of the entertainment center right there. It makes the bedroom look and feel bigger when the TV's not spun around. So even if you're not using it for nighttime entertainment, it does just make the camper feel bigger, and I'm going to sneeze. So I've already discussed a few of the reasons why your Jaycos have double the full RV warranty of pretty much anybody else out there anymore. There were a couple brands trying to match their warranty that actually dropped off. And they started doing the 1+3 warranty thing, which is a little less expensive for a manufacturer, especially when some of those 1+3 structure warranties cover next to nothing. Some are excellent. Keystones has an excellent structural warranty, but many of them are not. Now you see the huge underbed storage here with the equally sized extra large, extra tall pass-through baggage doors on both sides of the camper. So no matter what side of the RV you plan on using, you're good. And I've mentioned a few times things like plywood as opposed to OSB. You're going to hear little differences like that all around the RV, which is, one of the reasons they have a longer full RV warranty is they build a little more into the RV. Like we've got plywood, roof and floor decking, 5/8 tongue and groove plywood floor, 3/8 tongue and groove plywood roof. They also, every Jayco, every Jayco, rides on a full custom engineered chassis. So this chassis down here is the reason why it's taller inside and not taller outside. I mentioned that earlier, so we're circling back to that now. And really looking at it, the only thing you can see different is that the A-frame integrates into the actual like box, if you will, of the chassis. But what that allows for is the entire RV rides lower. Every floor plan is custom, or every chassis is custom cambered to the load demands of this specific floor plan. And, you know, you get that extra interior height without being taller outside, and a lower center of gravity as a result. All those little differences, guys, are some of the reasons why this has the longer warranty. Like, if you look at the header beam above the slide out of a J-Flight, they've got an extra large, like, 8-inch micro-laminated header beam that actually extends like 9 inches past each slide out end, so that you've got more structural integrity right there. There was an instance in the probably around the before 2010 range there, where there were a lot of brands just using a 2x6 up there because it was good enough when it was brand new. And then after about 4 years, the entire wall was sagging and causing leaks. You never had that happen on a Jayco because they were always doing a little bit more. You also saw the extended diamond plate there. Also, little things like this too, like all LED, not just taillights, but marker lights as well, and they're all top sealed, just to give you one additional layer of water penetration prevention. Because isn't that what you want out of an RV? You don't want water in the darn thing. Mentioned the tinted windows, you can see them here. You saw inside, they're all airflow. But I want to talk about their thermal package, because J-Flight has the most comprehensive thermal package available in this class. There's a lot of campers have an enclosed heated underbelly, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. We're going to take a big peek at the bunk storage while we're looking at, or I'm talking, by the way, so kind of picture along with me as we go. So this starts with an enclosed heated underbelly, but that's just where it starts. It goes so much further than that as well. They add additional layers of, an additional layer of residential batten insulation in the floor, and a rare layer of double-sided, looks like aluminum bubble wrap, but thermofoil, double-sided thermofoil to the belly. Already talked about the insulated slide-outs. Then they add additional insulation to the roof and wrap it down through the nose, kind of like a fifth wheel. And that's the thing. This has a fifth wheel level insulation package in what is generally going to be considered at a glance a family class camper. It goes so much further. So I like that all of our hookups are in one location, including a hot and cold outside shower, not just a cold water sprayer port, and the black tank flush right here. So this is the one thing that's actually not found on a lot of the RVs that we carry here at Haylett RV, is this one in this video is including a bumper mounted grill. We don't normally put those on, and it shocks a lot of people when we say that, because a lot of people are like, well, I mean, you know, you did for years, why not? Well, through a lot of customer polling, we found out that a lot of folks don't like how those things cook. And maybe you do, maybe you don't, but generally, 10 times out of 10, if someone had ever used any other outside cooking station, they found the RVQ grill on the bumper of these not their favorite. So why is it here if we don't normally put it on there? That's because this is not an RV we specifically ordered. It was an RV that another dealer ordered and then didn't have the money to pay for because they weren't selling enough campers, I guess. And Jayco called us as one of their largest local partners, because we're stationed right next to where these things are built. We said, sure, we'll pick it up. Can you comp us on that grill? And they said, yeah, no problem. We know you don't normally do that. So it's not something we normally put on these, but it's also not something you're really like getting price jabbed for. They worked with us about halfway on it effectively. Direct bathroom entry door over here. Again, has a deadbolt. Has great privacy. It's not something where someone is going to, open the door and see it from outside. But guys, being able to just send the kids inside to hose off and not have to, let them track through the entire camper is so nice. Not to mention the fact that the toilet and the shower are the number one and number two reasons, no pun intended, why people are in and out of the camper all day. So, the toilet and the refrigerator, pardon me, not the shower. I'm looking at the shower, so the word jumped in my head. I do that all the time. Anyway, you get the idea. Anywhere that you would walk for quick access in this is carpetless. So this is an extremely easy camper to keep clean. Now, something I failed earlier. I had another big Jayco bunkhouse come in today. I forgot to talk about these, and I'm really kicking myself. And that is Goodyear Endurance Radials. Industry best tires. How about that? Rated for up to 87 miles an hour at 80 PSI. Not that you should ever be driving that fast. just that, God forbid, you know, you can. A lot of people don't realize RV tires are usually not rated for over 65 miles an hour. Well, these guys are, because again, there's okay, there's good, and there's better, and they went better, which is also the reason why they have a galvanized steel wheel well in here. So God forbid, I don't care how cool this tire is, it's not debris proof. If a piece of stuff on the road does catch it, it does give you the ability to get down to speed while that radial tire is, you know, kind of on its last leg of life. You've got that shield underneath, because look what's above this. That's the back of your refrigerator. You've got your oven right here. You've got furnace right under the refrigerator. There's expensive, big appliances directly above this wheel well. God forbid you ever do have a flat, you're going to appreciate that little galvanized wheel well that they put in there. It matters, guys. If you choose to add additional TV to the camper, not only is it outside TV ready, it also comes with this handy little quick release mount. What's nice is you can just leave the TV mounted on this, and then when you get to your destination, there you go, locks right in place. And then when you're all done, take it off. And an easy thing to do with an extra TV like this is like put it on the bedspread, then wrap it up in the bedspread. And that way it's nice and bounce protected and it's not going to go anywhere. Plus, the front of the RV tends to bounce less than the back of the RV, so it's going to get a lot less violent exchange up there. Talked about the floor a little bit. 2x3 floor studs every 12 inches on center, 16-inch on center wall studs. And your roof, Jayco's Magnum Truss roof system, rated for like 4,500 pounds, which is at least 50% more than the next guy, with their heavier roof trusses that are a little bit thicker, heavier nail plates, and that 3/8 tongue groove plywood roof decking. Whew. We covered a lot. I still didn't cover it all. If you have questions, which you should, give our team a call, give them a chance to assist you. I think you're going to find out when you get to meet our fellas why we are the largest independent RV dealer in the state of Michigan. And we've held that rank for several years now. That's not just a fluke one-time year thing that happened. We do hitching, pieces, parts, trades financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between. But we don't do hidden dealer fees. So getting this RV to our store, included in the price tag, getting it cleaned, showing you how it works, propane, battery, even a water and electric surge protector system. Those are all included in the price tag. The only thing that we can't include, because we don't know what state you're coming from, are things like state-regulated fees, because every state handles taxes differently. But if you're from out of state and you're curious about purchasing with us here at Haylett RV, you're like most people. We seem to be a dealer who specializes in long-distance sales. This is just what we do every day, guys. Give our guys a chance to assist you. You're going to find out why we're so popular, and we're going to get you camping. Simple and easy. That's why it's called recreational vehicles, because it's supposed to be fun. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.